legislator, and their activity is that helping build any kind of way, but many times you can't see that. And so a lot of our work is on transparency, how to see if they are a consultant to the people who are benefiting from this bill. And you've got, we don't care, we just want to be able to see it. You can see, then we can make our decision about whether we want to re-elect that person. But what about the bills that these elected officials vote on? And so Joe and I have written this article on the economic freedom filter. Does the bill grow government? Does it increase dependency on government? Does it spend money we don't have? So that's what we ask all of our legislators as we try to teach good policy to ask themselves about a bill. So we have the economic freedom filter for you there, share with your friends, share with your legislators. But also we have, and I told you we're about trying to educate. So we put out article after article. You can go to Conduit for Action if you're not subscribing to it already. You should be ashamed of yourself. But when you leave here today, don't walk through the door that Josh doesn't have your address, so we can make sure that you're a subscriber. And you'll learn the good things that David teaches, what Josh puts out, what Joe and I put out, what other people who join us. We have several articles. And Donnie has some of the best radio spots I have heard for Freedom Month. I mean, it's just beautiful listening to it. But you know, if you're not in Paul's world, and you can't get him live, even though he's over several areas now, you can tune in any time to listen to Paul on the internet. It's really great. Are they going to tax us when we...
Yeah, we've got Liberty Machine t-shirts on sale, and I guess it's,
Yeah, if you order them online, you get that sales
people
tax.
are going to have to pay more, I guess.
But, okay, so we want to educate with good policy. You're going to find out how they're voting, because Josh is down here. He's going to tell our legislators what we think about the bills. And then we're going to say, we support this bill, this is a good bill, we oppose this bill, we'll put a reason under it, and you can draw a direct line to that piece of paper with those policies, those positions that we take. I was asked by a legislator last night if we took a stand on the convention of states, and my response was, we're not going to score that vote. And that legislator came back and says, well, I don't care about that. What's your position on that? The bill, and I said, that means we're not going to take a position, because individually we all have our opinions, but it's not really related to what we're doing with our economic freedom filter, and so it's not a bill, but kind of bill. So you may see some bills, why aren't you taking a position on that? We may personally have a position, we'll be happy to talk to you about it, but it won't necessarily make our scorecard, because at the end of the session, we want to be able to say, these legislators, you want to help, if you agree with us, we want smaller government, you want to help get reelected. These legislators, you might want to consider a replacement. Because at the end of the day, what we have done, we've been working with this now for 4 or 5 years, and so many of you guys have helped us. But it's at the ballot box where the people, this building are going to listen to. I'm sorry. All this other stuff is really well and good, and we're working hard at it. Paul works every day. All of these guys that stood up work every day, but the thing that really matters is, are they getting reelected? And so the scorecard will give us a summary at the end when we get through of how all the legislators voted. But in the meantime, how do we keep this, not that I'm doing this because Joe said it, because it's not on his speech, but if he were here, he would go, well, how are we going to elect these people without any money to elect them? The state of Arkansas has agreed to subsidize commerce in action. You know that's a joke, right?
She had
But they did say, in law, and here's a copy of the proof, that they will give you a credit of $50 or $100 for a couple, $50 per person, that they will let you take off a tax bill that you owe them if you give that money directly to a candidate running for state office or a state PAC. Well, Commerce in Action is a state PAC, which is happy to take you $50, and you can take this, as long as you pay it before April 15th, you can take it on your 2016 tax return. $50 state of Arkansas, you can either give it to them or you can give it to us, and you know what we're going to do with it. We're going to let people that approve that economic freedom bill. So probably, because my timer thing went dark and I couldn't bring it back, yeah, I know you could, but this is not. Okay, but I think that I will read in the last 2 minutes of the time that we have what Joe wanted me to say. But meantime, I want you guys to get a chance to listen to Paul talk, and I'll sit down. Now, I will give you, I told you that I would tell you about SB 140. We have some handouts here. You know, I want all y'all to take a copy of everything we have. You've heard a lot about revenue neutral tax cuts. Budget. I would call that, if I wrote an article, first of all, it would say redistribution of wealth. But actually, somebody who think about things a lot more common than I do has written it, they call it revenue neutral, but your taxes are going up. So this is really, looks at it from the government, you know, how they actually treat the budget. This article is really, really good. So if you want to understand about what revenue neutral means in this building, you want to get a copy of this, okay? And